Good evening, people. Happy Sunday evening to everybody there. Are you all in bed, ready to go for work tomorrow morning, or are you out on the lash? What's the story there, right? So we have John Doherty on the line here. This is our new gadget that we're using here to do all our live videos, where we can bring people on and we can have a little bit of a chit chat and all that sort of stuff, right? So we get John on. We let him tell us a little bit about his business and what he does and all that sort of stuff, and then we'll talk about the tour.
All aspects of property maintenance, but we specialise in custom respray. So anything you can put paint on, we'll spray it.
Okay,
so,
good stuff.
That's what kind of we kind of try and focus on that. But we do a lot of other jobs as well, and we've got a lot of people surrounded by a lot of good people around as well that help us out as well.
Good stuff. So we know you're not from Dublin, yeah?
No, I'm Donegal, man, Letterkenny.
Whereabouts in Donegal are you?
Letterkenny.
Right, because that's all I know. You know, if you were to say anywhere outside of Letterkenny, everybody is from Letterkenny is the main part of Donegal, isn't it?
Well, that's a fairly big town, anyway. Yeah. There's
yeah. Right. So your new look property maintenance, mostly resprays, right? Have you got a workshop and all that?
I have, yeah.
Right, Sabbath. I'm sure you heard me giving the example of the spraying the kitchens as the ultimate job to get into, just on the count of the people. The reason why I say this, if you haven't heard me saying this before, right, is because when somebody goes to get a kitchen resprayed, right, they're not looking at the cost of actually getting the kitchen resprayed. Now, this is from the client's point of view. They're actually looking at the alternative is they have to get a whole new kitchen. So I always say to people that a job such as that, and now John will probably be telling me, no, it's not all rosy in the garden there, but like the reality is he's supplying labor, materials. He's also has most other people locked out of doing that type of work because you need to have a workshop and all that sort of facilities. So the barriers to entry will be a little bit higher than a guy just being a painter, wouldn't they?
It's a little bit higher. You need the right surroundings, like for spraying and all. Like if you don't have the right surroundings, you don't get a good finished product.
Yes, exactly.
And then, as you're saying, then the other alternative to getting your kitchen resprayed is getting it totally a total new kitchen, which we can do it at a fraction of the cost, and it looks every bit as good. You know, it's the finished product looks really good,
if not better.
If not better, like a lot of the jobs we get is from like laminate kitchens peeling, and like that's where a lot of our work comes from, and a lot of this newer stuff is just it's rubbish. So sometimes if you have a good kitchen, you're as well getting it resprayed, and it turns out really, really well.
Can you you can't spray a laminate kitchen, can you?
No, what we do, we would strip all the laminate off.
Right.
We take all the doors and stuff off and take it back to the workshop and get everything stripped back, and then prep it for painting.
Right.
The spraying's the easy part. It's getting it prepped. If you have the prep right, the spraying mix, it's very easy.
Good stuff. Okay, so down to the juicy part here, right? Down to the most important part, right? How did you get on the 30-day challenge? What did you do? I mean, we'll have to educate the people that's watching here as exactly what we done with how it all came about and all that sort of stuff, you know?
The 30-day challenge was just was looking at somewhere, getting the same kind of work, but from somewhere different that you don't normally look. And what I done was I approached other companies that kind of work on similar roles, painter, decorators, kind of around Letterkenny, and I got 2 jobs out of it, and the 2 of them was well over the €1,000 mark that we were aiming for.
Savage, yeah. So I was only when I was chatting to you the other day that I understood exactly what you'd done, and I thought that was savage, because I've had people saying, oh, like, you know, he's my competitor, I don't want to talk to him. Where I'm like, the biggest opportunities will come from people you see as competitors. So you literally went to guys who could potentially be your competitors and said, hey, by the way, my name's John here, I'm ready to go do a lot of work. Is there anything you can send down my way?
Yeah, that's more or less what I've done. And a lot of these people, they've been around for years and they have just a backlog of work they just can't get to, and they're more than happy to get somebody who's willing to, you know, someone's going to put out a high-end job for them, and it still makes them look good. and it makes me look good that they're able to take me on to do it as well.
Yeah, good stuff, man. It's like I just thought it was so simple. It's so effective, you know. Rather than viewing everyone as the enemy, see how you can deal with them, you know. So
oh no, you're building relations. Like the more like if you kind of build a network within your own town,
yes,
you can pass jobs around, you know, as the year goes around.
yeah, for sure, you know. And is there anybody else in your town that does the kitchen resprays? Is there?
There is a few. There's a lot of companies. There's a lot of companies hand painting them, and there's not so
Okay.
many there's not so many doing the resprays, but there is a few. Like it's a big town, but
Yeah,
there's a big demand for it at the minute.
yeah. No, that's good going because it's a cost saving measure, you know. So we've
Oh,
Colin
that's a
Conley saying, good man, John Boy, top operator there. Colin Conley saying, does that comment appear on your screen? Just a matter of interest there, John.
No, I don't see you or no comments or nothing.
All right, Sarge, man. Look, and as you know, I'm just learning how to use this software, you know. So just for the people that's watching at home there, right? That's just watching there. I'll just recap exactly what we set out to do, right? So I run a business program, which I'm sure you probably heard me talking about now, called 52 Steps to a Better Business, right? And what we done was we said, let's do a challenge within the next 30 days, which was for the month of July, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Month of July. All you guys have to go and create, and so you have to generate profit equal to the amount you paid me to be in this group for the year. And some people had paid $1,000 up to $2,000 to be there, right? And now not everybody took on the challenge. Like there's some people had personal stuff going on. Some people were just tied up in jobs that couldn't get down. You know, John Doherty shouldn't have been doing it because you have a bit of a big deal coming on the next few weeks, haven't you?
Next few weeks I'm getting married, so I had to. But the thing is, we done a few late evenings and a few long days, and it's just looking outside the box. That's all it was. Yes. And it was just that wee challenge that kind of made it interesting as well, just to see how everybody else was getting on with theirs as well.
Yeah, it was good because like we were all report. So sorry, I'll just finish off what I was saying there because I'm an awful man for jumping from one thing to the other. So what we were saying was the guys that paid me between $1,000 and $2,000. The guys that got in earlier were in cheaper, and now it's more expensive now as the program went on, right? But I wanted them to basically be able to pinpoint where they got the money to pay me and what benefits they got from being in the group, right? So we all went on, and I done the challenge as well. I think there was 30 people out of the group, so we've got 200 people or so in the group, and 30 of them just took on the challenge. The rest couldn't. And now we're going to do another challenge in September. So if you want to get on, the next challenge, just press the number 1 in the comments, and we connect with you there, right? If you're not part of the program, you're not part of the group, and you do want to get on to the challenge, just press the number 1 in the comments, and we'll get in touch with you, and we'll get you involved in the next one, right? Because it's a good buzz, right? So what happened was we had this group within the group, and we're all scurrying, and everybody was running around doing their thing to try and generate the business. And the rules were you must generate the profit from your own business, which is so important. It wasn't a new business, correct, John? It was your own business, but it had to be a new avenue of work generation. So we just shot the breeze with a lot of different ideas, and John came up with the idea there to go off and approach the competitors, yeah?
Yeah, that's right. I just kind of fish around and see. You know, it worked in our favor. So, you know, it's exactly. And then like as well there was something else you'd put up one day as well about not thinking things through, just go and do it.
Do it, man.
And it's the same with Brandon as well. Like we were holding back for a long time, and just that push from the group that kind of give us a bit of fire in the belly to do these things. You know, it worked out a treat for us as well.
Brilliant. Yeah. Well, you see, the thing is, right, and this is what I say to everybody, right? Like, you know all that you need to know to get to the next stage. So it's not a lack of knowledge or it's not a lack of information that's holding you back. It's just about you not implementing what you already know, and that's what it is. And I suppose the group just gives you a good kick up the arse, doesn't it? Because
you're surrounded with other people who's got the same fire, you know. And sometimes if you see somebody else, the ideas that you wouldn't think on, and you know, you just think that's fucking great, and you go with it yourself and see how it turns out.
Yeah, exactly. So even like everybody doing a different thing. So for example, now for September, you're kind of, what date do you get married at?
You get married on the 1st.
So what time do you get married at?
I get married at 1 o'clock, so I hope to get finished work about 12 or so.
That's going to say you'll be back in. You can start late the following day then, you know.
Back and I have a lie on the following
But
day.
the reason was, right, what the reason why I'm saying that, John, is like, see what you've done there this time round, right, to generate that extra couple of grand for yourself, whatever the total value of the jobs were, right? Well, now somebody else can do that in September.
Yeah.
And then we all know Niall Walsh absolutely smashed it. I think he made £6 profit or something like that. I'm sure he won't mind me saying that.
Yeah.
Like, we need to find out exactly what he done, and that's what you need to do. And this whole thing just kind of keeps going around and around, you know. I like the idea of going flat out for 1 week, for 1 month, and then taking the break, and then going again, and taking the break and going again.
Recharge the batteries and go again.
What's that?
You recharge the batteries and go
Yeah,
again.
yeah, for sure. And to be honest, I don't think that we physically need to recharge the batteries as much as we just need to show the missus and the kids that were around the house, you know.
It helps if you've somebody in the house that has the same drive as yourself. It makes it a lot easier.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, for sure. That's it. And that's what I'm always telling people. It's so important to keep your missus on the same page, you know.
If you get them on board, it makes work life a lot easier.
Oh man, who you telling? Because like, you're in work, right? And you know that really, for the sake of everybody being happy, you should be at home. And then you're at home and you're just fucking spending money, or you're sitting there, you're doing nothing. And you're like,
you think about money you could be making.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, exactly. But that's what it is now. And that's a big thing. What I'm always telling people in the program is make sure your missus on side. So like what I would be saying now is the next one that we do in September. Now, obviously you may be in or you may not. Makes no difference, you know. But here's the other thing. Sorry, the reward that you got for doing that challenge, you need to make sure that your partner gets a part of that. Now, of course, she is, you know. But like that 30-day challenge that you done, John, right? That's not finished now. As in, you now have these contacts, and now that will be your new way of operating, conducting your business there, you know. And then the next one we do something else, and it's all about what I tell people is do more, and then when you can't do more, get better, and when you can't do any more and you can't get any better, hire more people to do more stuff, you know. So this challenge for everybody this time around was basically do more, and then the next one might be do better or get better or something like that, you know. But like, we put it to the group, we'll see what they want to come up with, and we can take it from there. All the time, it's all about just getting the money in, you know.
Getting the cash in, that's the one.
Getting the cash in. But I have to say, John, before I let you go there, good stuff. Like I think, you know, I think you're doing some good stuff there, and that, you know, those photos that you posted in the group there the other day, be sure to have them posted all over your page on I'm sure you do, but like the camera, it just seemed that there was like the most professional photographs ever taken, you know. And then the vans with the branding, and it all adds to it, doesn't it?
No, it does. If you put up good photos speaks a lot more than posts. If you have good photos, it speaks 1,000 words.
Yes, for sure. That's it. I even took a leaf out of your book. I went off and bought myself a new webcam today, you know. So I didn't want you guys showing me up, you know. I need to get a new phone now, because I'm told that was that an iPhone 10 you were using to take those photos?
Oh, what was it now? A 7 Plus.
7 Plus, yeah. So, but like, we should have the best of technology, because it's all online nowadays, as we know, you know.
It helps when you're showcasing your work. If you have good equipment, it
just makes things look a little bit better. That's what it is, you know. Yeah, that's it. Well, look, John, I'm gonna let you go. For the people that's watching there, tell us the name of your company again.
It's New Look Property Maintenance.
New Look Property Maintenance, and you're based in Donegal, yeah?
Based in Donegal, yeah.
Okay, good stuff. And will you post a link to your Facebook page in the comments here? And if you want to throw a couple of photos of some of the recent work done, show the pictures of the van, stuff like that. Means if anybody sees you knocking about, then they will they'll know who you are, you know. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, getting a bit of exposure for our business at the same time, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, John, listen, it's been a pleasure. What's your missus' name?
Caroline.
Caroline, tell her I said hello, and tell her I wish her the best for the wedding day and all that sort of stuff, you know.
No bother at all. Cheers, Joe.
Okay, good stuff, my man. It's a pleasure talking to you this evening. Stay cool.
Same.
Bye-bye.